Alright, so good morning everyone, and today for this video, we're going to answer the pre-exam. Okay, so I made this pre-exam an important one because I have to gauge, or I have to know at least at some point where you are in algebra. Okay, because in integral, marami talagang kailangang technique or manipulation or technique na dapat alam pagdating sa algebra. Kasi kung mababa yung skills mo doon, you will definitely have a problem with doing integration and differentiation. So, I'm not saying na wala kayo natutunan sa differential calculus nyo, but me being skeptic all the time, I always question if you do know your stuff or you do know your math. Okay, so that's the point. So I put this pre-exam in your on your Google class, and there are a lot of there are many um, dito instructions that you have to follow. Like for example, you have to put your final answer inside the box. Okay, so if there is no box inside your final answer, I will not consider your answer. At the same time, I will require each and every one of each page of your solution set to have a picture alongside your ID. Okay, because I have to know if this is really you who's answering your exam, no? Because I have to know. Kasi most of the time, you're just copying your classmate. Of course, expected na. So to this anyone na hindi nakapag-take na itong exam, sorry, you will be given 0 for this one. I highly suggest na bumawi na lang kayo at taasan nyo na lang yung ibang scores, specifically or more importantly sa final exam, major exam. Okay, so let's go. So the first part of your exam is determining the y prime, y double prime, and y triple prime. And for this one, we have number one. Okay, we have y is equals to x to the fourth minus 2 x squared plus 5. So y prime, okay, differentiate natin, parang chain rule lang. So yan, so cube minus, so 2 times 2, so x plus 0. Okay, so all you have to remember lang guys, okay, in differentiating, let's say x raised to 2, so pag dinifferentiate nyo yan, okay, for example, kung maging y prime yan, differentiate nyo, yung exponent, ibababa nyo lang as magiging coefficient, and then the exponent, minus 1 lagi. Always remember merong minus 1. So, magiging y prime is equivalent to 2x. Kasi nga, 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so if you're going to do second differentiation, which is double prime, so magiging may 1 dito, di ba? So magiging 2 times 1 kasi bababa yung 1. Then magiging 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. So this will become 0. So magiging y double prime is equivalent to 2 x raised to 0, and we all know that anything raised to 0 is equivalent to 1. So this will become 1. So magiging 2, the y double prime is equals to 2 times 1. So this is 2. Okay? So ano lang. Too easy. Too easy sa inyo kasi dumana kayong differential. So kaya nyo na yan. Okay? So simplify natin. Y prime becomes 4x cubed minus 4x. So that's it. Now, the y double prime. Y double prime becomes 4 times 3x squared minus 4. So, simplify, we have 12x squared minus 4. So, we have y prime, okay? And then you have no y double prime here. So, y triple prime. Okay, so this becomes 12 times 2, x minus 0. So y triple prime becomes 24x. So this is the answer. So that's for number 1. So follow number 2. You have number 2. Y is equals to x squared minus 2x raised to negative 1. Okay, so same rules apply. Ganun pa rin naman. So y prime becomes 2x minus 2. So exponent negative 1, ibaba natin. So minus 1, remember? Okay, so we have y prime is equals to 2x plus 2x negative 2, right? Okay, so that's y prime. So y double prime is 2 plus 2 multiplied by negative 2 x minus 2 minus 1. So y double prime, lagay sa box ito. Okay, y double prime becomes 2 minus 4 x raised to negative 3. And then y triple prime. Okay, baksan natin yan because that's the answer. So we have 0. Okay, so we have minus 4 times minus 3 x minus 4. So that's this will become 12, positive 12 x raised to negative 4. Okay, so this is the answer. Now, if you have alternatively, you can say like this, 12 over x raised to 4. I will accept this one. Either of the two will do, unless explicitly mentions instruction na there will be no negative exponents. Okay, when sinabi sa instruction na walang negative exponent, you will do this. Okay, ibig sabihin na, right? So let's proceed. Number 3. So okay, then we go to number 3. Okay, number 3 is y is equivalent to, this again. Okay, we have x minus 1 x squared minus 3x squared. Well, you have many techniques dito. You can do the chain rule, but for me, no. But for me, I'm going to do this in an algebra way. Okay, so for an algebra way, I have to expand this. Okay, so remember foil. Okay, so we have x squared minus 3x, x squared minus 3x. Okay, so expand ko siya. So this will become x to the fourth. So first term, outside we have minus 6x cubed. Okay, so inside term we have negative 3x cubed. And then last, yeah, tama. And then last term we have positive 9x squared. Alright. So we have x to the fourth minus, so we have minus 6 minus 3, we have minus 9 x cubed plus 9x squared. So this is it. So this becomes y x minus 1 x to the fourth minus 9x cubed plus 9x squared. So remember, you have negative exponent here. You can either simplify or what. You can actually distribute this dito sa loob, but again, magiging baby muna tayo. So we're going to do the algebra way. So we have x fourth minus 9x cubed plus 9x squared. But again, always remember, if you have a negative exponent here on the top, you can bring it down. So you can do the cancellation here. So this becomes x cubed minus 9x squared plus 9x. Okay? So this becomes y is x cubed minus 9x squared plus 9x. So record to pre. So if you're going to do the y prime here, okay, y prime 3x squared minus 9 times 2, we have again x squared, x plus 9. Okay, so simplify, we have 3x squared minus 18x plus 9, and then double prime, we have 6x minus 18. Okay, wait lang sa y prime. The y prime, double prime. Okay, so we have triple prime. By triple prime, we have 6. Oh, this is the answer. Okay, so we have this answer. I think this is the most straightforward. Kasi ito yung pinakamadali. Ito yung pinakamadali. Now, Pwede nyo naman gawin yung ibang technique like yung UV. Okay? But this will be very challenging for you because meron kasing squared na kasama sa V. Okay, so this will be very difficult for you. So I suggest you don't do this. Okay? Huwag niyong pahirapan ng sarili nyo. Gawin nyo na lang yung algebra way to do the things much more easier. Alright. Okay. Oh, shh. Lakihan ko na lang itong eraser ko. Ben, ba't hindi ako makalazo? Tan 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 nan 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 nan. Okay, number 4. Okay, we have number 4. And, di na siya ganun. So, tapos na tayo sa y prime. Okay, hanggang 3 lang pala yun. Tapos na. Right. So, now we go to number 4. Number 4 says if a squared plus 2a squared is equivalent to 27, and then we have b squared times b cubed is equivalent to 332, and a, b, c is equals to 1, 2, 3. Find the value of a. Oh no, find the value of c. So, find c. Or calculate, hindi find no? Calculate for the value of c. No? No, calculate c. Okay. Okay, so calculate c. Alright, so, tuloy ang klase, ya. 2 linggo na din nagkaklase dito, makagalit ito sa akin. So, a squared. Okay, so before that, no, mag-review muna tayo ng mga rules natin sa exponents. So, always remember when we are dealing with adding dalawang magkapareho na variable, simple lang naman, i-add nyo lang naman siyang dalawa. I-add nyo lang. Okay, add nyo lang. So, for example, x squared plus x squared, so magiging 2x squared yan. Okay? Now, what if ganito? What if maging x squared plus x cubed? Okay? So, now, ang tanong, magiging ano ba yan? Magiging, magiging 2x to the 5th? Magiging ganun ba? Mali. Okay? So, tatandaan nyo, kapag nakakita kayo ng add sign between two variables, at saka magkaiba yung kanilang exponent, hayaan nyo lang yun. Now, kung magkaparehas sila ng exponent, tandaan nyo lagi, mag-a-add lang kayo. So, mag-a-add kayo ng coefficient, okay? Mag-a-add kayo ng coefficient kasi 1 yan eh. So, magiging 2x squared yan. So, kapag multiplication naman, ibang usapan na. So, Sir Ikal, paano kapag x squared times x squared? Paano, Sir Ikal? Okay, so tatandaan nyo kapag multiplication, ang nangyayari is yung exponent ang titingnan nyo. So, this will become x to the 4th. Kasi ang exponent will be added. So, magiging 2 plus 2. Okay. So, Sir Ikal, what if x squared times x to the 5th? X to the 5th. So, again, hindi naman. Magiging add lang din naman yan. So, magiging x to the 7th. Okay? So, I hope that's clear. Now, what if we divide? No? Wait lang, mamaya muna. So, what if, Sir Ikal, ganito? X squared tapos 5. Paano po yan, Sir Ikal? Okay, always remember, ganun din naman na mangyayari. So, magiging multiplication din yan. So, magiging x 2 times 5. 2 times 5. So, this becomes x to the 10. Okay, so always remember ha, magkaiba ito at magkaiba to. Kasi, naka-parenthesis. Now, let me give you another trick. Sir Ikal, pwede rin po bang maging x to the 5th squared? Yes po. Same lang. Parehas lang sila. Pwede mag-interchange yung sa loob at saka sa labas. So, ginagamit yung trick na yan. Okay, tandaan nyo. Madalas ginagamit yung trick na yan sa integral. Sa integration. Kasi may mga part na mahihirap at kailangan mong gawin yan. Okay, so, yun mga technique. So again, remember this one, remember this one. Okay, remember remember yan. Okay, remember that. Okay? So, multiply, nagmo-multiply yung exponent kapag mayroong parenthesis. So, magiging, for example, x to second raised to 10. Okay, may parenthesis sa 10. So, ibig sabihin, exponent pa siya ng 10. Ay, exponent pa niya ay 10. So, this becomes x to the 20th power. Ganun yun. Okay, so now na nagawa natin yung review, okay, so division naman tayo kasi magtatampo naman yung division, ba't di siya napag-uusapan. Okay, so what if x to the 5th divided by the x cube. So, always remember, yung exponents naman ay nag-subtract. So, unlike sa multiplication kanina, nag-a-add. Okay, again, multiplication, di ba? X times x cube. Di ba? Sabi ko sa iyo, nag-a-add yung exponent. So, this becomes x to the 8th power. Okay, nag-a-add. Okay, nag-a-add ha. Sa division, nagsusubtract. Okay, so we do subtraction. So, this becomes x squared. So, x squared. Okay. So, sa equal, what if medyo malaki yung taas? So, baba, cube, x fifth. Actually, same rules apply. So, ganun din naman. So, magiging 3 minus 5. And this becomes minus 2. So, this becomes x raised to negative 2. And again, when the rule says na walang negative exponent, this becomes 1 over x squared. So, always remember, na kapag na negative na exponent, kailangan mo siyang ibaba para maging positive yung exponent. Okay, yun lang yun. Kasi we don't like negative powers. Ito yung mga villains. Okay, now that's clear. Let's proceed. Okay, so pwede naman kayo mag-google para sa mga rules. Nandun naman yun. So again, so we have a squared. We have a squared here. We're going to add simply. So magiging 3a squared. So, okay. Equals to 27. Now, a squared 27 divided by 3. Now, this becomes 9. Okay, so a squared 9. So, remember, okay, kapag ilipat mo sa kabila, yan, magiging square root. So, magiging a square root of 9. Okay, and then this becomes a is equivalent to 3. Now, let's talk about b. We have multiplication. So, this is simply a addition of the exponents. So, this becomes b to the 5th power is equivalent to 32. So, we have b 5th root of 32 and b is equivalent to 2. This becomes 2. Calculate na lang. So, now we have a, b, c, 1, 2, 3. So, we have a is equivalent to 3 and we have b is equals to 2 and then we don't know the value for c. Okay, so magiging c is equivalent to 1, 2, 3 divided by 6 and then c becomes 20.5. So, this is the answer, 20.5. Okay. Alright. Okay, number 4 pa lang yan. Pata number 5. Okay, as for number 5, okay. So sabi dyan, if x plus 2 daw is a factor of the expression or the equation, not equation, expression, 3x cubed minus a x squared. Wait lang, baguhin ko yung kulay ng a na yan. Gawin ko siyang orange. Okay. X squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay? You have to determine if x plus 2 is a factor of this expression, we have to find the value of a, or value of a. Okay? So, always remember, if you're going to say if this is a factor of this expression, okay? So, always remember that if you're going to put the value of x here in this expression, the outcome is always equivalent to 0. Okay? So, ano po ibig sabihin nun? Bigyan ko kayo ng example. So, x squared plus 2x plus 2. Okay. Wait lang. So, what's the factor for this is x plus 1, x plus 1. No. So, x plus 1, x plus 1. So, again, FOIL, let's try it and test. X plus, wait lang, mali pala. Di pala 2, 1 pala to. Okay, 1. Okay, so, okay, 2x plus 1. Okay, so if we say that x plus 1 plus x plus 1, or x plus 1 is a factor of this expression, dapat equals to 0. So, let's try. So, sabi dito, x plus 1. Okay, so x plus 1. So, equate natin to 0 yan. So, kailangan natin kunin ang value ng x. Okay, so this becomes negative 1. So, kapag pinasok daw natin yan, x is equals to negative 1, dito sa expression na yan, dapat daw ang labas ay 0. Okay, let's try. So, x squared plus 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. Now, at x is equals to negative 1. Okay, pasok natin. So, negative 1 squared plus 2, negative 1 plus 1 equals to 0. So, again, this is 1 plus, so this is negative 2. So, this is negative 2 plus 1. Okay, so we have plus 1 plus 1. We have negative 2 plus 2 is equals to 0. So, this is correct. So, it means to say that x plus 1 is a factor of x squared plus 2x plus 1. Yun lang ibig sabihin nun. So, I hope naturo sa inyo sa algebra. Okay, I hope naturo. I really hope na naturo. Okay, because that's one of the tests to determine if something is a factor of something. Dapat equals to 0. Okay, so if this is true for this one, which is I know, yes, true. Okay, so we're going to find the value for a. Okay, as I said kanina, technique lang dyan is x plus 2, and you have to find the value for x. So you will equate this to 0 to make it balanced. Okay, so x equals to negative 2. It means to say that the value of x is negative 2. At ipapasok natin yan dito. So magiging negative 2, 3x minus a. And we have negative 2. We have squared plus 7, negative 2 plus 10. And this is supposed to be equal to 0. And we have negative 2 times 2. We have positive 4 times negative 2. We have negative 8. We have here positive 4. So we have negative 4a. Okay, negative 4a. And then we have negative 14. And we have plus 10. Okay, so this is, wait lang. We have, yeah, okay. So we're going to sum up all of the yung mga walang variable. We have negative 8 minus 14 plus 10. This becomes negative 12. So we have negative 4a minus 12 is equals to 0. Okay, lipat natin itong negative 12 dito sa kabila. So this becomes negative 4a is equivalent to 12. Okay, so divide. A is equals to 12. 12 divided by negative 4. Now obviously we have negative 3. So the answer is negative 3. Okay, that's value for A. Okay. Alright. So that's 5. So number 6. Okay. Ito may number 6, medyo tricky talaga to. So you have 3 square root of x over 1 square root of x is equals to 6. Now, if you were taught enough, well, or okay lang naman sa inyong algebra, hindi kayo matatakot sa mga square root na yan. Okay. So all you need to do is to remove the square root. And always remember that in order for you to remove the square root is gumagamit kayo ng squared. Okay. So for this one, since meron naman ito na may equation, napakadali lang naman. The most common or the most straightforward way is to multiply this one here. Okay? Para hindi mahirapan yung buhay nyo. So magiging 3 square root of x 6 multiplied by the x minus square root of x. So, distribute nyo dyan. Okay, this becomes 6 minus 6 square root of x. 3 square root of x. Okay, so, yan lang. Okay, so, okay. So, magiging, ipagsama natin yung mga square root. Okay, pagsama natin. So, this becomes 3 square root of x plus 6 square root of x is equals to 6. Now, I have this favorite technique dito sa mga algebra na to eh. Kapag medyo magulo, alam mo yun, yung medyo nakakalito. Okay, look at this one. Okay, square root of x and then square root of x, and then I'm going to substitute this one for a very familiar variable. So, let's say let square root of x is equals to, let's say, u. Okay. Kasi ayoko kasi ng square root of x. Ayoko makita yan eh. So, magiging 3u. Sir, pwede bang ibang variable? Yeah, pwede naman ibang variable. Pwede nyo gawing z. Bahala kayo. Gusto nyo, bahala kayo. Huwag yung gumamit ng x kasi nakakalito yun. So, pwede namang y. Okay. Pero ako u kasi gusto ko. So, 3u plus 6u is equals to 6. Okay. So, always remember, naalala nyo, di ba? As I said, kapag parehas na naman ng exponents yan, you can add them. So, this becomes 3u plus 6u, and this becomes 9u. Okay. Magiging 9u. And then we have equals 6. Okay. We have 6. Wait lang. Negative 6 pala dito sa ano. Kaya pala sabi ko, putang hirap yata. Negative 6 pala yung dito. Negative 6. So, plus ito. Ano ba yan? Circle. So, magiging plus. So, magiging okay. Negative 6. Tapos to ay ulitin ko na lang nga. One minus square root of x. This becomes negative 6 plus 6 square root of x. Okay. So, lipat ko to dito. Magiging 6 is equivalent to 3. Wait lang. So, magiging 6 square root of x minus 3 square root of x. Again, so magiging 6 is equivalent to 6u minus 3u. So, magiging 6 minus 3, we have 3. So, 6 is 3u. Okay. Then, we have, of course, u is equivalent to 6 divided by 3. And this becomes 2. So, magiging u is equals to 2. Now, ibalik natin. So, magiging x, square root of x is equals to 2. Then, x is equals to, okay, so, square both sides. So, cancel na yung square root dito. Mawawala siya. So, magiging 2 raised to 2, which is equivalent to 4. Yan ang sagot. X equals to 4. Okay. So, try natin. No? Sabi natin. So, 3 square root of 4 is equals to 2 over 1 minus square root of 4 is equals to 2. So, we have 6 minus 1. So, we have negative 6. So, paras lang. See? Tadadan! Ilan pala yun? Yeah. So, always remember may mga ganitong klase ng trick. When you don't like a particular variable, okay, when you don't like a particular variable na nakaganyan, you can substitute, no? You can substitute as long as you're not violating the math. Okay? As long as you're not violating the math. As I said, may mga sinusunod tayong rules. You have to know the rules. So, if you know the rules, you can play well. Again, remember, if you know the rules, you can play well. You can play well the game. Okay? Kasi hindi mo alam ang rules, so how can you play? Right? So, yun ang napaka-importante. You have to know the rules. So, yeah. Yun lang. So, that's number 6. So, I'm sure marami nagtanong sa inyo, Seth, paano sinusolve ito? Tapos, nagtatanong sa mga kakilala, paano sinusolve yung ganyan? Tapos, syempre, sabi nila, ano ba naman yan? Ang hirap-hirap naman, marami mga square root. So, actually, hindi naman siya mahirap kung naiintindihan nyo yung rules ng exponents. So, always remember na ang square root of a can be treated as 1 square, a raised to 1 half. So simple. Always remember, if you're going to do this, diba, naalala nyo, nag-multiply lang. So, a becomes 2 over 2, and then that's a, basically. So, it's quite simple. So, hindi ko alam ba't nahihirapan yung iba sa ganyan. You have to practice. Okay, 7. Ito, resolve into partial fraction. Very simple. All you need to do is to look for Google and then know some basics of factoring. Okay, factoring lang. Quite simple. So, x squared plus 2x minus 3. Okay, so, sa resolving into partial fractions, kailangan mo lang naman talaga tingnan yung divisor. Okay, so, kung ganyan expression, you have to simplify it. So, by simplifying, it means factoring. So, the factor for x squared plus 2x minus 3. Okay? So, if you don't know, no, bibigyan ko lang ng trick. Bibigyan ko lang ng trick, okay? If you don't know where to start, always remember, di ba? When you equate the expression to zero, you will get the factor. Now, equate natin to zero. We'll have to determine the factor. So, we have x squared. Okay. So, let's say, ang value ng x ay, let's say, ay 3. No. Okay. Let's say, the value of x is 3. So, this becomes 3 squared plus 2, 3 minus 3 is equals to 0. Mukhang hindi magsi-0 kasi ang laki. So, let's say negative 3. Okay. Negative 3. Negative 3 squared plus 2, negative 3 minus 3 is equals to 0. So, negative 3, 9. So, this becomes 9 plus 2 times 3. Okay, we have negative, technically, we have negative 6, and we have negative 3. Oh, so 9. So, we have 9 minus 9 equals to 0. Wow, ibig sabihin, x is equals to negative 3. So, when you say x is equals to negative 3, this becomes x plus 3. Okay, so it means to say we have x plus 3 here. Now, we have to look at the middle coefficient. Now, that's 2. So, it's quite obvious, no? Meron kang, I don't know, minus 1. Right. So, x minus 1. So, this is the factor. Right. So, in teknika, tandaan nyo lang i-equate nyo sa 0 yung tapos manghula kayo ng number. Tapos tingnan nyo kung magsi-0 yung expression. Kasi kung nag-0 yung expression, yung equation, ibig sabihin siya yung factor. Now, if you're going to look at Google, meron dun na equivalent ng partial fractions. And for this one, the straightforward is a is equals to x plus 3 plus b x minus 1. Oh, this is the answer. No. This is the whole answer. Yan. Yan. That's the answer, basically. Ganun lang. Ganun lang. Hindi ako papahirapan. Okay? Alright. So, next, number 8. We have number 8. Okay, so, simplify. A squared b plus a cubed b all over a squared b squared. Okay, so, parang exponents din. Naglalaro ka lang din ng exponents dito. So, himayin nyo kasi. Okay, kung di naman kayo expert, hindi rin naman ako expert actually, kaya ako naghihimay eh. Himayin natin. So, napansin nyo may plus, diba? So, may plus din dito. Kasi, nahati kasi eh. So, magiging a cubed b over a squared b squared. Okay, so simplify. So, cancel yan. May iwan dito. Okay, so magiging 1 over b. And then, dito rin naman, may naiwan na a kasi malaki. A, dito may iwan na b. Tama. Oh, yan. Yan yung sagot. O yan. 1 over b plus a over b. O, pwede mo naman yan. Pwede mo naman kung medyo sinisipag ka, so b squared, b, a, or a plus b. A plus b. O yan. Pwede rin naman yan. Pero mas, alam mo, yung pirapan sarili nyo, yan na. Okay, yan na. 1 over b plus a over b. Tapos ang usapan. Okay, di naman ako maarte. That's number 8. Last, number 9. Oh, wait lang, last. Malapit na pala mag-last. Okay, 9. Okay, we have number 9. Okay. Ben, may Sir Ika lang 9 mo saka A, parehas lang. 9. Ito yung medyo mahirap. Minado ako dyan. Mahirap yan kapag wala talaga kayo alam sa mga exponents. Okay, mga rules. Actually, madali lang talaga to, promise. Madali lang talaga. Cube root of y squared. Napahirapan ko lang kasi may mga mukhang mahirap lang kasi may mga cube root, may mga square root, may mga 1/2. Actually, madali lang yan. Promise, madali lang. Kapag ma-enjoy nyo yung rule, andali lang sa inyo ng math. Okay. So, anong unang-unang trick na dapat nyo makita dyan? Always remember, it's all about multiplication. Okay. So, this is x times x. Okay. So, x cubed magiging x to the fourth. Always remember, nagdadagdag lang yan. Okay? And then, when you talk about multiplication, x squared, okay, x cubed times square, magiging multiplication ng exponent. So, magiging x raised to 6. Okay? Yan lang dapat yung tandaan. And again, when we talk about square root, or let's say 1/3, this becomes cube root of a. Okay? And then 1/2, di ba? 1/2 is technically square root of a. Yan lang naman yung mga rules na dapat yung tandaan. So, the most straightforward here is to, again, kung ayaw nyo allergic, kung medyo allergic kayo sa mga square root na yan, tanggalin nyo. So, i-convert nyo yan into other form na medyo madali para sa inyo. So, magiging x squared, wait lang, sulat, ayusin ko ng sulat. Pangit ko magsulat. X squared, y raised to 1/2. Okay. So, we have itong square root of x. So, magiging x raised to 1/2, tama? And we have cube root of y. Okay, medyo tricky ito. So, always remember, if you're going to have a square root, if you have a squared here, di ba naalala nyo yung mga cube root, square root na yung nagiging denominator? Napansin nyo, nagiging denominator siya, di ba? Nagiging denominator yung 3. So, ganun din naman yon. Yung exponent na nasa loob, magiging numerator yon. So, magiging y 2/3. Okay? Okay. Since we have 1/2 dito sa x cube, y cube, i-multiply nyo yan just sa both sides. So, magiging x fifth 1/2 multiplied by y cube 1/2. O yan. Okay. Okay. So, ngayon, medyo pasimplihan natin. So, ang goal ay ipagsama mga x, ipagsama mga y. So, ipagsama-sama natin yung mga x. So, idikit-dikit muna natin. So, x squared, x raised to 1/2. Okay, so multiplication yan. Okay. So, we have, dito naman, okay, so remember, multiplication ang dating. So, magiging x raised to 5/2. Okay, so line na yung mga lahat ng x na. So, again, on the other half, we have y raised to 1/2. Okay, so color code ko nga. Y, y, y. Okay. Ito yung x, x, x. So, we have x here. Okay na. Y naman tayo. So, we have multiplied by y, 2/3 over, okay, multiplication ulit. Y, we have 3/2. Okay. So, okay. So, medyo medyo magaan-gaan na. So, remember, if you're going to multiply, you have to add. Okay. All you need to remember is to multiply again. Yeah. All you need to remember is to add the exponent. Kaso ang problema, okay. So, multiplication plus. So, add nyo lang yung exponent. So, plus. So, add. So, magiging 2 plus 1/2. Okay. So, magiging 2 plus 1/2. Wait lang. Here's yung calculator ko. Okay. So, 2 plus 1/2. So, we have 5/2. So, this becomes x 5/2 over x 5/2. Okay. We have this one. So, we have 1/2 plus 2/3. So, we have 7/6. We have y over 7/6. We have over 3/2. So, mapapansin nyo, no, para sila na exponent, so, magiging 1 na lang yan. So, magiging equals 1 multiplied by, so, we have, again, division of exponents. So, we have 7/6 minus 3/2. So, we have negative 1/3. So, magiging y raised to negative 1/3. So, magiging equivalent to 1 over, yan, 1/3. So, this is the answer. So, check natin. So, x squared, 1/2. So, times. So, we have plus. Okay, always remember plus. Then, if we have this one, we multiply. Okay, so, plus, plus. So, 2 plus 1/2. So, 2 1/2. Okay. We have multiply, 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 multiply. Okay, so this is the answer. 1 over y raised to 1 cube. 1/3. Sorry. Okay, so that's the answer. Now, for number 10, correct the bonus. Okay, so i-correct nyo, gawin yung bonus. Yan lang. So again, bonus with, okay, bonus na dapat nasa loob ng isang box. So that's the answer. Alright, so I guess that's everything. That's it. In order for so these are I think the most essential sa integral ng mga gamit nyo. By the way, I will upload the next video for this one, and we will cover na tayo ng integration. Okay, didiretso na tayo sa integration. Promise, madali lang siya. So mga 20 rules lang ang pag-uusapan natin. So yun lang. So yeah, bye bye.